In lesson 1, you learned the name of each fret, right here, the name of each fret on the 6th string. E open, F, F sharp, G, A flat A, B flat B, C, D flat D, E flat E. E, E, same note. One's an octave higher than the other. Now we'll go to lesson 2. Here's how we're going to apply what you learned by memorizing the 6th string, every fret on the 6th string. If you played the E chord, okay, this is E. Let's play the E chord with these 3 fingers, just for the sake of this lesson. Same chord, just using different fingers, okay? If there was a fret here, in this nut, if there was a fret here, you'd have to lay your finger across the frets. Like this is called a bar chord, okay? So let's play it over here in E. If there was a fret here, the way you learn the name of the chord is by wherever your index finger, wherever the pad of your index fingers land, will be the name of the chord. In this case, it's laying on the E string. There's no fret here, but if there was a fret, it'd be here. But it's the E string, okay? So this chord is the E chord, all right? This becomes the pad of your finger on the fret board will be the name of the chord. So if we go down 1 fret here, you've already learned that this note here is F. So if you place your fingers on there, that's the F chord. Okay? We're playing E here. We bring it down 1, that's F. Bring it down 1 more, that's F sharp. See? This pad names the chord. Wherever that finger's laying, that's the name of that chord. So we'll call this the E shape, okay? This is E shape. This is these 3 fingers. You can play that shape anywhere on the neck. For example, if you go down to the 5th fret, okay, this finger is laying on the A note of the 6th string. So this is an A chord, okay? So that applies anywhere on the fretboard. So if we go back here and do it on the 7th fret, you know this is a B note because you've memorized that. This is the B note. So if I play this E-shaped chord with a finger on the 7th fret, that chord is a B chord. Okay? The next one's a C, D flat, B, E flat, E. Okay? So, to summarize, wherever the index finger pad is laying on the 6th string, when you're playing a bar chord with the E shape, this is the E shape, I lay it here, and if there was a fret here, this would be the E chord, because it's laying on the E note, right? If I play it on the 1st fret, F, F sharp, A flat, A, E flat, B, and so forth. We've already learned that. That's lesson 1. That's how you apply, that's one way to apply what you've learned by memorizing those chords. Memorize each fret on the 6th string. You automatically know the notes of each fret on every other string. The 1st string is the E string as well, so you already know those because you've memorized the 6th string. They're both the same. If you pluck both these strings, the 1st and the 6th, and you lay your finger down, that's F, F sharp, G, A flat, A, B flat, B, and so forth, all the way down to E again. So you know these two strings already, the first and the sixth. Now, why is it that you automatically know every note on the other strings? It's simple. Let's start at the A string. That's the fifth string. Well, on the sixth string, you know that this is A. The next note is B flat. The note after that is B. The note after that is C, and so forth back, and you start all over again. So, it's only common sense that if you play A, the A string, the first note after A is B flat, because you've learned that the order never changes. So it's A, B flat, B, C, D flat, D, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G, A flat, A. Okay? So the order never changes. You're just starting it on the fifth string, you're starting with the letter A. And on the sixth string, you're starting with the letter E because that's the name of the string. So if you're starting on the fourth string, that's the D string, the same thing. You know that down here is D, E flat, E, and then start over again. F, F sharp, G, A flat, A, and so forth. So on the D string, you're going with D open, D, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G, A flat, A, B flat, B, C, D flat, D. It's just common sense. You start with the name of the string as you're counting down. You already know all the name of you know the names of all the notes because they're up here on the sixth string. But if they're on the sixth string, they have to be on the other strings. So on the G string, that's the third string, you start with the letter G. G, what comes after G? You learn that here. G, A flat, A, B flat, B, etc. So it's G, A flat, A, B flat, B, C, D flat, D, E flat, E, F, F sharp, and G again. B string. B, C, D flat, D, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G, A flat, A, B flat, B. That's the end of lesson 3. You automatically know the names of those notes. How to apply this knowledge of the fretboard that you know? Well, there are some chords, if you look at songbooks, where, for example, you'll see an A with a slash C sharp. And by the way, C sharp and D flat is the same note. We'll go here, this is C. Because how do I know that's C? Well, here's the A string. After A, as you know, it's B flat, B, C, right? So after A, B flat, B, C. That's the C note. Third fret, fifth string, that's the C note. If you go up on the scale, which is this way on the guitar, you're going up, that's a C sharp, but if you're going back this way from a D, that's a D flat. So C sharp and D flat is the same note. When you see the chord A slash C sharp, you play an A chord. That's telling you to play an A chord with a C sharp bass note. Well, how would you know where C sharp bass note is if you don't know the name of the scale? It's simple. Here's an A with this C sharp bass. Listen to this. It flowers that note up. It makes it prettier. It just sounds real pretty. A D slash F sharp. That means you're playing a D with an F sharp bass. This is F sharp here, right? So you go. There's another way to play that is this way. You play with your middle finger, F sharp, and your third finger on the G string, your pinky on the B string, and then leave the E string open. Like this. You're just basically lifting that finger from a D, okay, lifting that finger, but placing it up here, but do it this way, it's easier. Now listen how pretty this note is. So that's a D with an F sharp bass. To give you a summary of what you learned. You learned all the notes on the 6th string. By learning all the notes on the 6th string, you know all the notes on all the other strings. Because if when you get to the 5th fret on the 6th string, you know this is A. After A is B flat. After B flat is B. After B is C, and so forth when you get back to E. So if you know that the first note after A is an A flat, then it automatically tells you that when you're playing the A string, the first note after A is B flat. Same as here. Here's A, B flat. Here's A, B flat. Then the next note is B, the next note is C, D flat, D, E flat, E, and so forth. So you apply your knowledge of the 6th string to all the other strings based on their name. The second thing you've learned is when you play the E chord with these 3 fingers and you slide them down one, you have to put a bar. Wherever your index finger is laying, the pad of your index finger is laying here on the 1st fret. You know that 1st fret is an F. Well, that's an F chord. One more note down, that's an F sharp. It's an F sharp chord. One more note down, that's a G. And so forth. The name of this chord, wherever it's laying, is told to you by your index finger. And part of this summary, if you're using a capo, for example, and you place the capo on the 3rd fret, okay, and you play an E chord, when you're playing this shape on the 3rd fret, it's no longer an E. An E is up here, right? So you say, well, what chord is this? The capo acts as your finger, your index finger, when you're playing a bar chord. So wherever your index finger, this 6th string here, on the 3rd fret is G. So this is a G chord. So if you play this capo in the 5th fret, on the 6th string, wherever this is pressing, this is an A note. So if you play an E-shaped chord here, you're playing an A. That's an A major, because your finger tells you that. So that's another way to know or to apply what you've learned by learning the name of the 6th string. In the same context, when you play A, for example, you're playing from the A string, which is the 5th string, down. This is an A chord. Now let's call this the A-shaped chord, where all 3 fingers are in 1 fret, okay? If you were to place the capo on the 2nd fret, the 2nd fret on the A string is a B note, okay? 2nd fret of the A string is a B note right here. So if you played the A-shaped chord that we originally played here, bring it down here, and play from the 5th string down, that looks like an A, but you're not playing an A, you're playing a B, because this 5th string, 2nd fret, is a B note. So when you play the A-shaped chord in this fret, and your index finger's here, now the name of the chord in the A shape is told to you by the 5th string. 5th string, 2nd fret is B, right? A flat, B. A open, A flat, B, C, D flat, D, etc. So if you place it on the 3rd fret, the A string on the 3rd fret, that note is C. So if you played this A-shaped chord from the 5th string down, the A-shaped chord, you are now playing a C chord. That's C. Because you're playing from the 5th string down, the A-shaped chord, wherever you place this capo, wherever the capo is on the 5th fret, on the 5th string, is the name of the A-shaped chord. So, C note is on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. If you play this A-shaped chord, I say A-shaped, but it's not, remember, it's not an A here. It's an A when you play it up here. So if you're playing it here, you're going to say, what's the name of this chord? Well, the name of that chord is told to you by wherever the 5th, whatever note is on the 5th string there. In this case, it's on the 3rd fret, that's a C note. And how do you know it's a C note? Again, review. If you play, you're on the 6th string here. A, B flat, B, C, right? Same thing. A, B flat, B, C. You're not relearning anything. You already know this, the names of all the notes here. There are only 12 notes, and they're all over this neck, those notes. So A, B flat, B, C. We know that the C note on the 5th string is the 3rd fret. Okay? Okay, in this lesson, an easy way to learn the name of a note on the 3rd string, I'm sorry, on the 4th string, that's the D string. Wherever your finger is on the 6th string, you go down 2 strings and down 2 frets, like this. Here's a G, for example. Go down 2 and down 2. Down 2 strings and down 2 frets. Those two are exactly the same note. That's G. So we go F, F, F sharp. We're going like this. Here's E, for example. E, E. E note. Go down 2 strings and down 2 frets. So we have E, F, F sharp, G, A flat, A, B flat, B, C, D flat, D, E flat, E. That applies, that theory applies to both the notes on the E string and the notes on the 5th string. So if you know 5th string, down 2 strings to the G string, that's the same note here. This is an A, go down 2 strings, here's an A, go down 2 strings and down 2 frets, that's an A, okay, on the G string. So it's A, B flat, B, C, D flat, D, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G, A flat, A. You can only do that on the top 4 strings, all right? So whatever note is on the 6th note, on the 6th string, go down 2 strings and over down 2 frets. It's the same note. So you learn this one, you also know this one. You already know this is a G, then this is a G. Automatic. You don't even have to think about it. So here's an A, that's an A. The same thing applies on the 5th string. This is D, then on the G string, down 2 and over 2, that's a D note also. D here and D here. D here and D here. This is a C, that's a C. This is a B flat, I'm sorry, a B, that's a B. This is a B flat. This is a B flat. This is an A, and that's an A. Thank you.